Introduction to DBMS. What is DBMS? A software system that allows you to define, create, maintain, and manipulate databases. DBMS stands for Database Management System. Whenever we want to store our data and maintain our data, then we were using DBMS. DBMS is a software tool, we can say, where we are creating our databases, and databases are the place where we are storing our data. Okay, so DBMS versus file system. DBMS provide data independence, security, integrity, whereas file system do not. Means when in our computer we already have file system, but still we need DBMS. Why? Because in file system we don't have the security, integrity, and data independency. Because in file we are creating folders, inside folders we are creating files, then anybody can see your file and data. But to make it secure, to structure wise, so that you can easily access, search, then that is not possible in file system, right? So that's why DBMS is more feasible and efficient. Now advantages of DBMS, that is same: data organization, security, integrity, and consistency. Database models, we have many types of database model: hierarchical model, relational model, entity model, and object oriented model. So first one is hierarchical model, a tree like structure where each node has one parent. Means it is kind of a tree. Means there is a grandparent, grandparent have parent, parent have child, so this is kind of a hierarchy. That kind of model is called hierarchical model. Network model, network model is kind of a graph like structure where each node have multiple parents. Now we have the relational model, data stored in tables with well defined relationship, all called relational model. Entity relationship model, a graphical representation of database schema, that is ER diagram in short form we can say. Now we have the represented object oriented model, that is data represent as object with properties of method. Here we can say that we can um, take the properties from the parents, or we can say means the different concepts of oops we are using when we're creating this model, then it is called a object oriented model. Now we have the DBMS architecture. In DBMS architecture we are using three tier architecture, in which we have the three levels: external, conceptual, and internal. Now the schema versus instances. The schema defines the structure while instance contains the data. Now next topic, that is data normalization. The data normalization is required. Why? It eliminate the data redundancy and improve data integrity. So that is the purpose of normalization. Now we have different type of normal forms that we are using to normalize our data, that is 1NF, 2NF, 3NF, BCNF, 4NF, and 5NF. So there are different normal forms, and first normal form, second normal form is like first normal form is the first step, you can say, and then second normal form is the second step, like this. Means third NF is the third step. So means the previous one is the mandatory step for the next step, right? Functional dependency, a constraints between the two sets of attributes. Means uh, when we have the two attributes, then there is a dependency on both of them, like we have x and y. When x and y are functionally dependent, means one is uh, determinant, or one is, or we can say means x is defined by y, then we will say x and y are the functional dependent on each other. Okay, now we have the SQL and query optimization. SQL, SQL basics. SQL basics, we have different type of methods, or we can say select, insert, update, delete. These are the statements that are the basic things that we are using when we are doing any SQL queries, right? So different purposes are there when we want to use it. Like when we want to see the data, then we use select. When we want to insert the data, means we have to add any new data, then we have using insert. Update means existing data is there, then we need to update anything, like any value of particular column or something, then we will use update. Delete, when we want to delete particular row or column, then we are using delete statement. Then we have the SQL joins. There are different type of joins, like inner join, left join, right join, and full join. These are the basic joins that we are using in our queries. Now the aggregate functions, these are the aggregate function that we are using in SQL queries, like count, sum, average, max, and min. Now we have the query optimization technique. In like when we are querying, then we have different types of techniques are also there. So we have three types of querying techniques, like indexing, caching, and parallel processing. Now transaction management. Transaction management is the main important topic, in which we have the first thing is ACID properties. ACID, A stand for atomicity, C stand for consistency, I stands for isolation, and D stands for durability. So these are the properties that we have to follow while we are doing any transaction. Here transaction means when we are querying, we are when we are doing any operation on database, then we have to follow these properties. Okay, the transaction states, that active and partially. There are two types of transaction states we have. Not only two, sorry, there's other also. The committed, failed, aborted, these are rollback. It is not mentioned here, but yeah, there are so many transaction states we have. Now first, the next topic is serializability. Serializability ensures concurrent transaction produce correct result. Means concurrent transaction means when we are doing A, then in second we have B, or we can say it is in series. But when we have uh, A and B are uh, concurrently working on any transaction, then there is some uh, issue we may face. We have uh, resolved this, that is called concurrency problems also. For that we will have this topic, concurrency control and recovery. Concurrency problems like lost update, dirty read, unrepeatable read, and yeah, so these are the problems that we are facing. So for controlling, we have the techniques like log based, timestamp based, and validation. Log based is something, but suppose a transaction A is occur, at that time it logs some resources. When it finish it works, then it will free that resources, then now B will take. So like this we have the log based technique. Like time based technique, in which if A are doing any transaction, then A will have some time. Okay, within 5 second or 10 second they have to complete its work, and then automatic that the resources is assigned to B, right? And validation based, like validity is there. First of all, A will come, okay, so at that time B will not come, so we will stop. So like this we can control the concurrency. And suppose if there's some issue happened or something happened, then at that time recovery method are also there. So that is called log based recovery, where we have the logs for each transaction. From this we can check, and the checkpointing means we are checking at each point. So this is the recovery methods we have. Now indexing and hashing. Indexing speed up our query performance by providing quick access to data. And B B tree indexing, a self-balancing search tree. Here we are using B tree data structure for indexing, because it uh, uh, speed up our query performance by providing the quick access to the data. And second one, the hashing, map data to the fixed size index using hash function. So basically we are using data structure to structurized our data so that we have the best access to the data. Now last, after accessing, we have the security topic, that is database security. Authentication and authorization ensures only authorized user access database, like nobody who has means authorization, they don't have the access. So authentication, authorization is the part. Second was the SQL injection, a type of attack that injects uh, mal- malicious SQL code. Yeah, sometimes we have some query that is not good for the databases, so that is called SQL injections. And encryption and backup techniques protect data from unauthorized access and ensure data recovery. Means in DBMS we have this thing that we can have the recovery methods so that we can recover our data by using some backup techniques. So these are the quick revision series for DBMS, and in further videos we will see more descriptive one. Thank you. Like and subscribe our channel. Thank you.